Three, two, one.
Check it out.
What up? What up? What up?
What up, everybody? Yo, what it do? Give him the horn.
That's how you alert. That's how you alert people to let them know that we're on
That's right.
by when they hear the horns.
Let's hope they hear the horns.
Sounds like a familiar story to me.
What, hear the horns?
Yeah, isn't it like it's a story in the Bible when you hear the horns?
March around Jericho 7 times?
Yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep. What it do, family? Here we are on this last day of March, last day of Women's Month.
How y'all feel about that?
I think it's
Who is watching? There's only 6 people. It's 9:43 on
eight.
the
That's
East
eight.
Coast.
Well,
8:43 here, 9:43 on the East
right, right,
Coast.
right. But I'm saying there are 8 people
Oh, there are
watching.
8 people watching. So let's give a shout out to the 8 people that's
Yeah,
watching.
who's watching? It must not be the regulars because the regulars will be already in the comment section
Right.
saying, "Hey, I'm watching. Hey, what's up, guys?" or whatever. But I guess it is kind of late. It is definitely kind of late. We were hoping to come on a little earlier, but Caitlin had a orchestra performance.
That's what you want to call it?
Be nice. It was a performance. Okay. Anyway, I remember I remember I was telling Jamie about the episode. I don't think we can see the comments.
The comments are supposed nobody ain't talking.
Yeah,
Let's see.
I just saw Saba. What's up? What up, Saba?
Oh, Saba. What up, Saba? Let me give Saba a shout out.
For some reason it's not coming up. It's not coming up on here.
We're working through some technical difficulties. It's been a minute since we've been on.
Yeah. And so you remember that episode from Cosby where I think it was Vanessa's orchestra that was playing and it was rough. And I mean, I feel like Caitlin's orchestra was good. Theirs was good.
Yeah, Caitlin's was good.
Yeah,
When
the
the
other
other group came through, it was like, what are we listening to?
So I'm back in the day as a teenager, I'm known for laughing, not like hysterical laughing when I'm not supposed to laugh.
Uncontrollable laughter.
Like it's the kind of laughter where I wish I could stop, but I can't. And the more I try to stop is the louder the outburst is. And so I've been known to like walk out of church laughing. Like all you see is my shoulders just going because it is really hard to keep it in.
Very dishonorable.
Don't be judging me.
I'm not judging you.
It sound
I'm
like you are.
actually just confirming what you said.
Listen, it is so hard to just to not to hold that thing in. And then if I'm sitting next to someone who I know is going to also laugh, like, oh my gosh, it's over. Let me tell you something. I remember I was in a I was in a real quick story. I was in a group, right? A singing group with my friends. And I remember somebody hit a wrong note, it was over. The song was over. Like I was literally like I couldn't stop laughing and I had to
Hey,
walk out the church laughing. Like not like but like laughing, tears coming down my face because somebody sung the wrong note. Forget about it in church, like being in church, and then you're like, okay, you hear somebody singing, and the singing is not that great. Oh my gosh, yeah, I'm the one that you don't look at because if you look at me, it's over. Ask Jamie. Jamie be like,
I'd be annoyed. I'd be like, yo, you can't hold in your laughter.
but what's
Just
but
hold it in.
But what's so funny is that Jamie is so stoic when it comes to that stuff. I'm like, what do you say in your brain that allows you to not laugh when it's so funny.
I don't find humor in people's sincerity.
Lying. Why are you lying for? You come in here and lie. It's a
So
Sabbath day.
do not find humor in people's sincerity.
You're lying. That's not the truth because sometimes you be like, I'll be like, yo, what were you thinking while you were up there? And you know what this dude gonna say? He was like, man, I was holding that joint in.
No, I just focus on something else. That's it.
See what you focus on. So we can't see the comments.
You want to know what I be focusing on?
Stop, Jamie.
I
What do
we
you
can't.
focus on?
I focus on the resurrection,
The resurrection of what?
my Lord and Savior.
All right, we can't see your comments on here. What's up, Saba? Oh, what up, Pastor Edmonds?
Myron,
His name is Pastor Edmonds.
what up? Shout, yeah, let's give shout out to. Yeah, we can't see the comments on our thing for some reason on our screen. So,
Yvonne
yeah,
says, my best friend, you know what? I'm squinting. I can't see a lick. She said, my best friend used to drag me out of church because I did not and still do not know how to not laugh when things are hilarious in church. I don't know why. I feel like it's most hilarious in church. Like
church,
outside, I'll probably be like, you know what? I'll chuckle, but in church, that joint is sweet. You
church,
hear me?
church is funny. I can't front.
Saba said, I can't control myself. I can control myself in the moment, but I can laugh uncontrollable about the memory of the same thing for years and years and years. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're right about that. I can laugh in the moment and I can laugh after the moment has passed.
Yeah, I don't think there's ever been anything that's like had me dying laughing that I couldn't hold it in.
For real?
Yeah, yeah, in church.
No.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where you and I have just like, of course, I'm the one that's a bit more gak, 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 but you're like very reserved and you're like
tell
you
you,
just see him kind of like moving like that.
I don't move.
If you don't stop lying in these people's
Very
faces.
focused.
Anywho, I'm about to be very Texan. How was your week, everyone?
My week was long.
Hmm.
I'm tired
Oh,
right now. I'm yawning. My bad. Sorry,
goodness.
people. I'm tired. That's what I am.
Man, so would you say you had a rough week?
I don't say it was rough. It was just long. Just a lot of stuff.
And interesting enough, it didn't feel like it was a long week at all.
To
Actually,
you,
it felt
talking for
just to me,
speak for yourself.
it just said to me, it felt that it's Friday already. Like we're here again. Like, wow. You didn't feel like way.
Nah, I just felt like every day I had something to do, and I was just like, oh. And I still feel like I have some more things to do to
I
complete.
mean, well, this is your work day. This dog is like everywhere. Um, Baxter, you want to say hi?
No,
Come here, Baxter.
Baxter, we're not cool right now.
Jamie and this dog. Come here. He has grown so big. You want to make a cameo appearance?
He's
Why are you
going
wet?
because
Look
he's
at him.
drinking water.
Look at
Man, stop.
him. Here, Daddy.
Stop.
Him and Jamie are not on good terms right now. Baxter, say hello to the people. Say what's up.
All right, goodbye.
Why are you being like that to him? So, an update. Baxter is how many pounds now? He's about
14.
14 pounds and he's getting bigger and he's growing on me for sure because you guys can see that I'm a little bit more accepting of him in my space. We have our we have our moment where I would kind of like cuddle him and rub his head and do this, which he enjoys. Look at him. Look at that. See? This is what I do with him. I don't do all that running around and all that playing. That's not for me. That's for the
You
girls.
look like a Rasta dog. Like you
Yeah.
need a brush.
Yeah, he definitely needs a little bit of grooming. Um, but yeah, this is Baxter. He's a lot bigger. Remember when we first introduced him to you guys? He was a lot smaller, but now he's growing and he's chilling. So
And he's doing the most. How many of y'all got dogs? How many people got dogs in this chat right now?
how far are you guys from Irving, Texas? I'll be coming down there for work in the next couple of weeks.
Oh,
Irving,
oh,
Texas.
and Saba worked for Apple too. Yo, holla at your boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Or like
Irving is maybe
30.
about 30 minutes from
Yeah.
here. 30, 35 minutes maybe from where we are. Yo, come through.
Come through, fam.
Come through. But you asked how many of them have dogs?
Yeah. Dogs are work. Puppies are
This
work.
is the dude that said he wanted a dog.
I wanted I wanted to adopt an old dog. I ain't want no new dog.
Well,
Anderson says he's a dog uncle.
a dog uncle.
Oh
Okay,
wow.
that's what's up. Would you guys get a dog? I'm interested to know. Um, but dogs are work, but this is what you wanted.
No, I didn't want a puppy. I wanted a dog from the shelter, a dog that we could rescue,
Now I'm
dog
good.
that was trained.
Now I'm good.
Ooh, 11-year-old pit mix.
Yeah, okay, Leslie.
Yeah, Anderson said
Ooh.
no dogs. Yanni said no dogs.
Oh my gosh. Anderson, oh, that's gross. Anderson says no. Saba says, I will definitely check you guys. Yes. Also, everything is 30 minutes away in the DFW. Exactly. It's about 20 to 30 minutes away from
Yep. Everything is
everything.
30 minutes in Texas.
But our sister has a dog. Okay. Never say never, Yanni. You never know. Look at him. Doesn't he make you want to have a dog? Look at him. Look at his face.
Yeah,
You see?
make you empty your pockets.
Look at his face. Okay, Baxter. We don't want to show so much love on the thing. Come down. Ugh. But yeah. We are trying to
Ah, her pit is a rescue dog who was housebroken. I don't think I can do a puppy. Facts on facts.
I feel like I don't know. I have my opinions about puppies versus like a dog. Like
A old dog
an
like
old
me.
dog. Because I'm thinking like older dogs, the less time you have with them. Because they're gonna die soon.
They ain't gonna die. That neighbor dog been alive for a long time.
He's gonna die soon.
Mm-mm.
I shouldn't laugh, but
Old dog like we.
um you probably need to read because I can't read this.
Oh my God.
How come the thing's not coming up, yo?
I don't know, but
That's
you
mad
need to
whack.
wear your glasses.
Okay. My glasses are crooked.
Yanni said, not in this life or in the next life.
Mercy, Jesus.
Will
It's like
dogs be
that.
in heaven?
I'm not getting into that conversation. I don't know. Let the Lord decide that. Um,
Never been a dog person, but my husband has one living here.
okay, Carly. How do you do that? How does that work for you guys? You're not a dog person, but I guess it's the same for me. You just kind of adapt and let the dog be in your space.
Yes, Jamie was singing Beanie Man.
When?
Old dog like we.
Oh,
Have
oh,
have a minute.
oh my God.
My 12-year-old wants one, never been a fan. Look, if you're not a fan, if you get one, you will become a fan.
Yeah, facts.
I mean, especially
I hate to admit it.
but the puppy stage is so like it's difficult. It's not for everybody because they definitely gonna doo-doo in the house.
Pee in the
They
house.
definitely gonna pee in the house.
Hmm.
You're gonna be calling them, they just gonna stare at you. You're gonna try to grab them, they're gonna run away from you.
They make you look like
They be
I be seeing how Baxter be treating Jamie sometimes, and me too. Like you'd be like, "Come here."
they think everything is
He's like,
playtime.
"Whatever."
When you cleaning up, they think it's time to play, all of that stuff. So yeah, it's you need patience. But the nice thing is, I mean, they're good companions. So me and Baxter, we got a love-hate relationship.
They go into it, but the thing about it is that Baxter loves you. Like if, for example, if Jamie's sitting here, Caitlin is sitting there, Amber, I'm sitting here. The first person he's gonna go to is to Jamie. So he definitely has a connection with Jamie. I'd be like, yo, so we know that it's him. This is how the order goes. It's Jamie, Caitlin, Amber, and then me. In terms of, I guess his preference, who he would go to. But he's been listening to me lately because I be telling him I'm not playing with you. I'm not playing with you. You better get yourself together. And I talk to him like a person, like he
That's
understands.
that's what they say black people do. Black people talk to their dogs like
You
people.
have to, yo,
That's
because
right.
he be like, and the thing about it, he be like this. When he knows he does something wrong, he does this. And I'd be like, I'm not playing with you.
I'll be telling them
You know,
you are a dog of God.
oh my God,
We don't conduct ourselves like that. You must conduct yourself in a
with
manner
respect.
with respect yourself.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Walking around here peeing all over the place. He over
yeah,
there.
that's the hardest part, I think, for me, because I don't know you guys could see, but my couch is white. Our couch is white. Like most of the space is white, right? And so I never liked the dog smell as well. The dog smell irritates me, and I hate it. And so we have deodorizers and stuff like that to keep the house smelling nice and clean and fresh. But that was probably like one of the biggest things I was like cringing, because I was like, you better not mess up my house, because it's not about to be a dog house. This house is gonna stay clean, and it's not gonna have all your toys around the place. As I'm speaking, I see a toy right here and a toy right there, and I'm like, yo, fix it. Get it together.
You are a dog of God.
But anyway, that's our dog experience.
Yo, shout out to my boy
Baxter,
Myron.
come here, Baxter. What up? What up? What up?
Myron, Flatbush SDA in the house. He says his dogs are so loyal.
What
Whenever
kind
I'm
of dog
at
he
home,
has?
no matter how my day was, Cora, I hope I'm saying the
Okay,
name
cool.
right, always makes me feel better. Yeah, they do make you feel like a superstar. They be jumping on you. Sometimes
Baxter,
I'll be like, enough, enough.
buddy, come sit. Sit, boy. Sit. Okay. His face. He's looking at me like this lady.
He's looking
But
at you like
anyway,
you're doing the most.
but but anyway, okay. All right, Baxter. Are we finished talking about Baxter?
Been done.
That's your dog. You wanted this dog, so
He is my dog. That's my dog. That's
that's your
my
dog.
homie right
All
there.
right. What was I gonna say? So, okay, so two things we wanted to talk about. Um, but you didn't ask me how my week was. What was that?
I don't know.
That did not sound right.
That's your other kids.
Okay, Lord Jesus.
Nobody's screaming, so we should be okay.
I hope they're okay. That just sounded weird. Okay.
Door closing.
I'm sorry, guys. You didn't ask me how my week was.
How was your week?
I don't like the way you asked.
How was your week?
It was great. Thanks for asking.
You're welcome.
So, first of all, we haven't been on because life is lifing, and it is what it is. But I appreciate the fact that you guys come on and still rock with us, even though we as inconsistent as I don't know what, but it is what it is. So a few weeks ago, Jamie took a trip. He took a week-long trip, and I think this was like the first one post-pandemic, right?
This long, yeah.
Yeah, it's been a week. Baxter, do not go upstairs. It was a long. It was a week that he was away, and we want to talk today about um the concept of distance makes the heart fonder.
Okay.
So, why you act like you surprised? So,
I am.
so I'm not sure what it is about the phenomenon of when someone goes away, or time has passed, a great amount of time has passed, more than a day or a week or whatever, and what it does to your relationship, like how it affects your relationship. So you just kind of want to talk on that a little bit.
All right.
S- s-
I have a lot to say.
oh dear, that's a little bit scary, because when you have a lot to say, I'm a little nervous.
I got a whole lot.
Okay, so go ahead and say what you want to
No,
say.
but I have
That's
to say the idea of the idea of distance makes the heart grow fonder. That's not true for all couples.
you
That
don't
ain't
think
true.
so?
No. Man, they had so many couples, married couples, that were stressed out because they could not distance themselves from each other.
No.
Oh, well, wait. Let me say I go back. I'm sure.
Right.
Right. Because they couldn't
No.
distance themselves from each other, so they were like, "Yo, get me out this house. Get me away from this person."
Yeah, but that's after a time. You talking about during the pandemic?
All right. Even not even during the pandemic, there are probably some couples who are like distance doesn't make the heart go fonder.
I'm sure there is a group of individuals who don't feel that, right? But I don't think that that's the majority, that
I think
feeling
it's
that feeling of when you're separated from your spouse or your significant other, the feeling or the emotions that come with that.
yeah. I mean, I don't think it's a broad stroke. I don't think it's like everybody.
I don't
I
say
think
everyone,
well, I don't think it's well, I don't want to say majority. I think it's always going to be determined on what kind of relationship you have,
correct.
because sometimes this distance can make the heart grow fonder in the sense where, you know what, I like my significant other more when we're not together.
Shoot. Okay. Yeah, and I'm sure on the other side of that would be when I am separated from my spouse or significant other, that I do like them more,
Right.
right? So I
or or some like, I don't really miss you. Like,
that's messed up. It's very
yeah.
evident that in that situation there are probably issues and problems, right?
Yeah, or maybe that's just how some people's relationship work. Like, yo, you good, I'm good. I don't miss you. I'm gonna see you when I get back. It's not like a big deal. I've been with you all this time. I'm just going to work and I'll be back.
Yeah, that's not for that. That may be for some. Um, but let's talk specifically about us,
Okay.
right? Because we can't talk about other people because we don't know what other people have going on in their, excuse me, in their home and in their lives. So as it relates to us and our relationship, what are your thoughts? Okay. Baxter, what are your thoughts surrounding I think our history has been one in distance and separation,
Hmm.
and we don't mind being in each other's space. Is that a fair statement?
Hmm.
Okay. And so because we love being in each other's space, when that time where we're separated from each other for long periods of time, for long periods of time, that we are that we grow closer together.
Hmm.
Would you agree?
Hmm.
Okay. Tell me a little bit more as I get the dog. Excuse me.
I don't know what to say. Yeah, when we're not together, we miss each other whenever I have to go on trips. Um, yeah, we talk all the time. We're good. All right, I think it's different for people. My husband and I were in a long distance relationship until we got married. It was definitely an adjustment when we were together every day. That makes absolute sense because you have to adjust to being in each other's space, particularly too when you've been long distance for a while. I think with me and Carlene, we've been long distance for a while. So did we have to adjust to being in each other's space? I don't know. I'm really don't know. Carlin is trying to get Baxter to go in his kennel, and he is not feeling it. He is playing tonight. He is ready to play. She's gonna put him outside, and he's gonna go outside for 2 seconds, and he's gonna scratch the door. He has scratched the lining off the door. He is not bell trained as yet.
This is real time here with the dog. But okay, I'm back. So you said long distance because we've been long distance. What were you saying? What were you saying?
I was saying that I was actually reading Saba's thing. That's what I
Okay.
was
It
saying.
was definitely an adjustment when we were together every day. Yeah, for us, we like that adjustment, right?
Mm-hmm.
We like the adjustment of being together all the time versus that distance. And so I think it's always created this thing of where we actually enjoy each being around each other, most of the time. I'm not gonna say all the time. But most of the time we enjoy being around each other. Um, when Jamie went away this time around, it felt a lot different because it's been so long since he hadn't been traveling prior to the pandemic. So um this distance, I don't know, but that distance made me feel very, very close to you. Like it was one of those things, like it was almost like a renewal feeling, like
While I was gone or when I came back?
while you were gone and I was anticipating you coming back, right? So I do agree that in our relationship, that distance does make the heart fonder, that it does make me feel like, you know like a renewal, where there's this, like, I remember when we were dating, and that, like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see you, I can't wait, but it's, of course, it's elevated now because now I can see you, I can have you for a sustained amount of time, and that,
Mm-hmm.
we can really be in each other's space.
Mm-hmm.
Did it do anything for you when you were away?
Yeah, I felt the same way too. I think because I hadn't traveled in so long, so it was kind of weird being away.
Mm-hmm.
Because it was like getting readjusted to, man, I'm actually not coming home, right? And I think I was gone for like a whole week because it
Mm-hmm.
was I went to what, Alabama? No, yeah, Alabama and then to Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was quite the adjustment.
Yeah. But what did it do for you? Did you feel like did you have a moment of, whew, I'm by myself, I'm kind of, like taking that time to be by yourself and kind of enjoying that, or were you kind of like, this is cool, but I don't mind going home?
Maybe like the first 2 days, but I feel like I'm always by myself. I feel like I always find a way to be alone.
Mm,
Yeah, I always find a way to get away. Even when I'm around everyone, I always find a way to be by myself.
that's true, because I feel like you are that kind of person. But what I also wanted to share was, um, like, I remember when you first started going away, right? And adjusting to that, adjusting to having to manage everything by myself within your absence, right? And I know things have changed in terms of not necessarily with us, but with regards to, like, now a lot of women are traveling for work, and where the husbands are at home and having to pick up and do all of that they're doing. But I just remember that time. Remember that time when Jamie was doing a lot of traveling, like he was going and preaching, doing week of prayers and things of that nature. And I remember letting him know, being honest and saying, "Yo, no, I'm not going to be a single parent where you are traveling. Um, you are doing all this traveling, and I'm at home with the girls and really trying to manage. And that joint is not easy, right? Because I'm doing it all by myself. And so I remember us having that conversation, like, all right, this travel schedule is going to have to ease up a little bit, because yes, it's great, the him being able to be in those spaces to minister and stuff like that. But at the same time, I'm like, yo, we're gonna have to change a few things around to ensure that, yes, you can travel, but to be a bit more present and be intentional about being present and just not being about travel, travel, travel.
Right.
So I guess for you, like, how did you feel? Because how did you feel when I approached you with that
I,
mindset? Hold on.
it was eye opening, because I never thought about it like that, about the difficulty with being um with the girls by yourself, having to wake them up, and like you were still like going to church and stuff like that. So I can totally understand how, you know, it felt like being a single parent and having to do everything on your own.
So I remember, becoming a pastor's wife. It seemed as though the expectation was for, it's crazy how we're only able to see Adriana's comments. Can I put it in without it sounding?
Mhm.
That we can only see Adriana's comments and it's saying R.
Yeah.
Okay. So I remember being a pastor's wife. It seemed as though the expectation was for husbands to, not expectation, but husbands traveling, whether they're doing crusades or they're doing week of prayers and stuff like that. Like it was almost acceptable. And I know for some families, some pastoral families, it's fine, right? Some women are, it's fine. It's just one of those things that they just adjust to with ease. But for me, I was like, nah. I was like, that's not going to be our story. I think it was probably where we were in terms of being in Texas. I was by myself, no one around, no community or whatever. So I was very intentional about letting him know, hey, like right now, this is probably not the best thing to do right now. Um, if you can just probably ease up a little bit on periods of those periods of him traveling, because I was just like, yo, that's not working for me. It may work for other people, but it's not working for me. It's too much. Um, so I think Adriana is saying something.
Well, she said it ain't easy and it drains you and makes you resentful.
Mm. And I remember Michelle Obama saying the same thing in her book called the new one, the what is it called?
Is it becoming?
No, Becoming was the first one. It was The Light Within or something like that. What is it called? I don't remember. But I remember her saying that when Barack Obama was traveling for while he was campaigning and she was left at home with these girls, it's almost like that resentfulness festers a little bit, right? Because you're just like, yo, of course it's work, but there is some moments or there are some time of reprieve where you're just kind of chilling, right? You don't have to wake up because there's a crying baby. You don't have to worry about what they're eating. Like you're just, even though it's still work, there's still a difference. So I remember that resentfulness, welling up within me because I was just like, yo, this is not the life I signed up for, to kind of be by myself in that way, where to be by myself, where I would have Jamie, um where I would be raising these girls by myself. So I felt that that was important to express myself to him. And what was really cool was Jamie wasn't like, um he wasn't, I don't know, you weren't like offended or you didn't feel like this is my job, like this is what I have to do. But it was more like, you know what? Bet I'm a fall back.
Hmm.
What did Adriana say? Let me get him.
Trust. The military is like that, and it was a mission first. They always said if they wanted you to have a family, they would issue it to you. Wow. And that's even with me being in the service before him. Wow.
I missed that. What did she say?
Just like it's the military is like that, and it was a mission first. That they always said if you wanted to have a family, they would issue it to you.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I guess it's dedication to the country before anything else. I think the church sometimes, well, no, I think the church, you can make working for the church like that. And what I
Mm.
mean by that, I can make it like that. Like, oh, people are calling me to do a week of prayer. This is God's calling me to go do this. I must go, and you must understand. Stuff like that. So, yeah. Yeah, and I think people and then people in the church sometimes they can make it seem like that's a noble thing. Yeah, he's putting God first. He's there doing the Lord's work and all this
Hmm.
other stuff because
Hmm.
they don't ever talk about like I guess and it's not their job to consider your family, right? Like if I get invited to preach, it's not their responsibility to consider me leaving my wife and my
Right.
kids. That's my
Right.
responsibility.
Right.
But when back then when I was getting called a lot, I don't get calls no more. And I'm not mad at it, but when you're young, you get those calls, so you kind of feel like, yo, I'm traveling here. Because you never traveled before, so it's exciting to go to different places and preach and you know your friends that you went to school with now are pastors of churches, so you bouncing from pulpit to pulpit. But now at this age that I'm at, I'm good. I'm tired of hopping on planes and getting on preaching and stuff like that. If I could drive to it, I'm with it. Um, and it depends. It depends on where I'm gonna fly to go preach.
This is good. What up, Pastor Alexander?
See,
He says they make you feel Adventist important.
exactly,
Mercy, Jesus. Yeah,
exactly.
and I'm sure that stuff can get to your head too. Like you're you're in the limelight, right? You're not you're in the limelight, but people are inviting you. You're going here, you're going there, and more than likely you're going there and going there without your family because you know you can't afford to take your family on every one of those trips. So um it is it is it is, I'm sure. I used to call it like I used to see it as like a vacation, even though it's not because you're working, yes, but at the same time, most more than likely you just working in the evening. So the daytime you just kind of chilling. All day you chilling and you just preparing for the evening services. So I definitely, and I think that was a point in ministry that I was just like, I do not want to be the pastor's wife that just sits back and says, in the name of ministry, I'm going to sit here and I'm going to suffer without and be suffer in silence and be resentful of him because it seems as though he's on vacation while I'm over here struggling with children and trying to balance that all on myself by myself. I did not want that to be my testimony or my cross to bear. Maybe someone else says, but not mine at all. Um, Mercy. Meanwhile, you ain't making no money. Listen.
Not at all. The wear and the tear and all that work that you have to do, it's not worth it. It's not. And then also for me, um, just being away from my family,
Mm.
it ain't worth it. I'm good.
Yeah, that was like one of the things that we had to have a conversation about. We had a conversation like that before having children, but after having children was really where the meat, right? Because we gained context, right? Real life, real time context, where you know I was like, the girls, even though you are a pastor, like the girls very much still need for you to be as present as you can possibly be, right? And so he was very intentional about making sure that, he's not like, okay, girls, go to the side while I do this or do that. But he's like, he's not dragging them, but they're right along with him if they need to, or if he needs to take them or be with them. So that's what I always admired and appreciate about you is that you weren't like this, like it's your responsibility. You do it. My responsibility, I have a higher responsibility, which is to God. Like that was just never Jamie's take on it at all. He's always been pretty cool. I gave Jackie jacket.
Thank you.
Yeah. And I think in as we're ending Women's Month, I think on this platform, I know I try to talk as much about, as women and not silencing our voices based on the fact that, we feel that it's the right thing to do to silence our voices. Um, to remain quiet because we don't want to ruffle feathers, or we just kind of want to maintain and not and bear this heavy burden of being a woman that's juggling it all. Mm-mm. And I know it's hard and it's tough because I think it all depends on your spouse too, right? If your spouse is supportive and they're like, ready to help you or share in the burden with you, you'll be a little bit more apt to speak up and speak out and say and express yourself. But I couldn't imagine Jamie not being as supportive or responsive to my emotions and my feelings. I can imagine that. Yeah, that would be that'll be rough for sure.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, them churches are gonna be there. You got to make sure your family is there. So
Yeah.
that's what's most important. Because what you gonna come home to,
Mm,
right?
mm,
The church is gonna be all right. And I think that's the other thing too that I started
mm,
beginning to realize. Is like, look, not only are they gonna be all right, but it got to a point where I was like, it also got to the point where I was saying it's time for somebody else to start doing it.
mm,
Like when I was at Ephesus and I was a youth pastor, you know, I was at that age.
mm.
Now I'm older now. I don't need to be doing no youth week of prayers and that kind of stuff. It's like, nah, that's for like let the younger guys have a stab at it. I'm at that age now. I'm like, I'm good.
Right. You gonna come with some, this is why I'm hot.
Yeah. Or
And they're
some,
gonna be like,
yeah,
how many years ago was that?
that's right.
That
Has anybody here ever heard of Wiz Khalifa? Dude, chill, yo.
yeah, yeah, because there were a series of like pastors who were like youth, they were young pastors, or they will always be there for youth days or whatever. And then they got to a point where they were older, right? And then but they would still try to be like act like they young, and
Right.
it'll be like,
They be wearing the blazer with the jeans, the dress, the blazer with the dress pants and the Jordans.
yeah,
I was like, nah, that was. I know that I vowed I never ever wanted to be that. I never wanted to be that old dude that's still talking to teenagers. I mean, I can still talk to them, but not in that
in the
sense,
same
in
way.
the same way. Like, I'm not gonna be that cat. I'm gonna show up as a 43-year-old man, just
Mm.
having a conversation with some teenagers. That's it. But I'm not gonna be that dude that's trying to be like, yo, 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 know what I'm saying? This sermon's gonna be lit. It's gonna be bussing, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, chill, yo. I'm good.
Yeah, they're definitely, and yeah, it's very interesting that we experienced that, right? And what did we do? We just,
Yeah, because I be on the Facebook and I be looking at Youth Week of Prayer featuring so I'll be like, what? First of all, I know for a fact when you see that, the I don't think the youth chose that speaker. I think it was the AY leader who chose that speaker to be that
mm,
person.
mm,
That's what I
mm,
think. But I don't know.
mm. I don't know.
I don't
I don't
care,
know.
but I just say I speak for me. Everything has a season, and I think my season has faded in that realm. I'm in a different place, and it's time for somebody else to do it.
And that's commendable. Um, it's almost like older men hanging on to their youth, and you'll kind of see them dressed in like baggy clothes, baggy jeans,
Polyester
and
pants and Jordans.
some Jordans with a blazer, right? And a button-down shirt or polo shirt, like a those polo shirts, and
Like
you'll be
this.
like,
You
yeah,
saying
like that.
you saying I'm looking like
No,
one?
no, no. What I'm saying is like they'll wear like a polo shirt with a blazer, and the blazer is usually like a plaid-ish looking blazer. Or no, I'm lying.
No,
The
it's a
blazer
suit
is gonna be a
jacket.
suit jacket, and then and then they have the jeans, or the khakis, and then they have either they have
Yeah,
Jordans or they have the dad shoes on, the
right.
grandfather shoes on.
Skechers. But I'll say this though, there are some that are that have it though, that they can still connect with teenagers and younger like I think there's some people who are gifted
Right. No matter
that
their
no matter
age.
their age, they can do it. I know I am not. I cannot, and I shall not,
That's what's up. And
and
that's
I
why I
do
said,
not want to.
and that's why I said that's great because you're not in that place where you're,
So they still have youth in church. Now that's a topic we need to talk about.
no, we do not. We are not tackling that topic. Uh-uh.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't want to tackle
I know
that
my churches
topic.
don't.
Oh dear. Here we go.
I ain't gonna know. Just answer her question. My churches do not
Okay.
have youth.
Right. Um, yeah, but I don't even think youth week of prayer is something that people do
They still do
anyway.
youth
I don't think so. I think pandemic and stuff like that is probably really hard to do that.
because ain't no more
Um,
youth.
um, you guys always pick the best topics. Thank you for these live interactive programs. It's the only thing church related on a Friday night, Sabbath afternoons.
Oh
Trust me,
man,
I know, because I be struggling too. Like,
I know. I be watching them conservative churches on Friday night.
yeah, and
I be
the
loving.
conservative churches on a Saturday, on a Friday night is just not conducive
Yep,
to my spiritual growth.
yep.
Let's just say
I
that.
be sitting there watching
Because
all
I'd
of
be
it.
like, how in the world is this happening in 2023?
It's like bad movies for me. I just
Yeah,
love watching
you
it.
are just different. You are just interestingly different, and I'm not sure what happened, but it is what it is. I do not partake in that foolishness that you do.
I can sit there and I can watch them all night. I'll just sit there and just
Father
look
help
at
us. Father help us. Because that is not okay either. I do think that, yeah, I ain't even gonna mess with you on that one. I'm gonna leave you alone and let the Lord, let the Spirit work with you on that.
which one?
All of it. All of it.
All of it?
Yes, all of it. Because I'm just like that does not make any that it doesn't make any sense why you do that. Um whatsoever. But it is important to feed your soul.
There you go. You got to feed your faith. Feed your faith.
They have services on Friday. I'm so removed from the apprentice team, Lord. Who has two services?
They
Oh,
still do week
oh,
of
oh,
prayer in school.
oh. Okay, that's what's up. I can see that in school. But two services? Who has two services? You talking about um
No, I think she's just responding to
oh, Gabriel's.
Gabriel,
Okay,
right?
okay, okay. Yeah. Now
Yeah.
we don't have two services, and this ain't church. As Jamie always says, this is not a Bible
It's not a
study.
Bible study. We are not, I am not doing that.
That would be cool though. Like parts of me want to do like a Bible study because I feel like it'll be so cool to do a Bible study on this platform. Um not a just something that's just like a topic that's like super chill and where we're just kind of like talking about the word of God. I actually would love to do that.
I could rock with that. Like, as long as it's like no pressure, no pressure. Like, that's where I am
What do
with
you
it.
mean no pressure?
What I mean by pressure, I mean like looking at it to, oh, this is what happened in this year, like that kind of thing. Like to just casually just talk about it, like just let it speak. Let the passage speak. And to be like, yo, I don't know what it's about. And then that's it. That I'm
Yeah,
down with that.
that's the vibe. The vibe is not trying to convince, convict, and the vibe is definitely not trying um uh to create like a narrative about it's just studying the word of
Stuff
God.
you did, you said convince, convict, create, use 3 C's. I
Oh,
love it.
that's what's up.
And your name is Carlene.
Okay. Um okay.
Baxter woke up for that.
But I definitely be down for something like that.
Would you
Like
all
we
be
can
down
hit
for
it,
something like
like
that?
we can hit the topics, like we could just do the random talking where we're just kind of talking about a particular topic or we're just talking about going from one thing to the next. Or we can change it up sometimes where we just come through with some Bible study, like good old school Bible study.
That's you.
Not necessarily, yes, I love that stuff. And it's not like we're going to what is it, a concordance, or we're going to, what is the other thing,
Commentary.
commentaries. What is the other thing? It's called a, what did I just, concordance.
Yeah, concordance.
Yeah, like we're not doing any concordance or anything like that. We just reading the word of God and just like being being blessed by that.
Yeah. My boy J.A.
He says, so you talking about Bible reflection, not Bible study.
I'm talking about
Facts.
reflection.
We reflecting on the word of God.
Yeah, we just like, man.
Yeah, next time we come through, we gonna do that. We just gonna read the word of God. Open up chapter whatever in whatever verse in whatever section of the Bible and just chop it up.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'm excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm really excited about that because I feel like, um, where do you guys study the Bible
I studied
other
in my
than
house
in your house, like a community of Bible, like a community Bible study? I guess that would be Sabbath school lesson.
or Wakanda.
Do they have Bible study? They don't have Bible
They have
study.
like well, they have like Friday night devotions and stuff like that.
That's not a Bible study. That's more like a devotional, like a talk.
Bible talk.
But a Bible study, I don't think anyone is doing that in this on this platform. And if we can do that, we're not trying to get all scholarly though. I mean, if you a scholar, you a scholar, but you ain't. If you are not, excuse me, if you are a scholar, you're a scholar. If you're not a scholar, you're not a scholar. Like I feel like let's just live in our strengths.
That was deep. If you a scholar, you a scholar. If you're not a scholar, you're not a scholar.
I'm trying to say is, like how, like, okay, so like how, like, as Adventists, no, what I'm trying to say is, like, Adventists, sometimes we try to be all scholarly and we're not. Like, let's just keep it basic. If you are a scholar, like, there are some people whose mind is just like, yo, when they read the word of God or how their perspective is just like, oh my goodness, yo, that's what's up. And then there's some of us, like me, it's like I read whatever the text is saying. I'll be like, okay, and I kind of draw from it, and that's it. But I'm talking about, some people who are trying to.
Facts. Because if you're not a scholar, you're not a scholar. If you a scholar, you a scholar.
You know what I'm trying to say. Stop trying to play me.
I'm trying to play. I'm just trying to say what you said.
All right. Oh, okay. He's
Yeah.
responding to her.
Yeah.
Some churches use to have Friday Night Live programs before the pandemic, but it's not as common now. Every
Yeah.
once in a while, I'll
That
see it,
stuff
but
is
only
work, yo.
because a friend is streaming it from their phone, Facebook. Yeah, yeah, that joint Friday Night Live. This is Friday Night Live right here.
Yeah. And you can see my gas tank is on F for fumes.
Honestly, I would listen to whatever y'all got going on. Okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so that's what we're gonna come through with. We're gonna come through with the Bible study, and stay tuned. I'm excited. I hope you guys are as excited as well.
Next week is 7 last words.
Oh,
So your boy is gonna be, but it's we be all right. We do our show. Maybe we could do something on. I don't know. Nah.
wait, Seven Last Words is on a Friday night always, right?
Yeah, some people doing it on Saturday afternoon, but it's all good.
I'm
We straight.
I'm not I'll probably not watch.
We're straight. We could do our show.
Yeah, I probably, I don't know. The Seven Last Words thing, I have my feelings about it, and maybe I shouldn't share it, but I
It's,
feel that
it's for somebody. It's
it's for
not for everybody.
someone.
It's for some people. Some
I'm just
people
saying that I know. I'm just saying I don't.
yeah, it's
I
not your
think
thing.
maybe it's because I'm married to a pastor. Why my perspective is like that? Maybe.
Man, plus, I don't know too. You're older now, and
No, I
other
never liked
things.
it.
Oh, you never ever liked it?
Mm-mm.
Mm.
It was not my thing because it felt like it was like a preach fest. It's too preachy.
It
I
is
don't
a
know.
it is
Like
a
it's
it is a
taken away from.
it's a preach fest, and it is what it is. You could reflect on 7 last words, maybe. Yes, we could reflect it. We can do some genuflection and reflection on anything.
I like that. Yeah. If you keep it thematic and concordance-ish. I like that. I think we could do that. Okay,
Or we could do something else.
or yeah, whatever, I guess whatever our hearts are feeling. Um, man, I'm excited. We're about to get in a word.
Hmm.
Anyway, folks, I'm losing this one over here.
Yeah, I'm dying.
He over here struggling. Like you see me. This is our relationship. This is our relationship personified right here. This is it right here.
Yep.
You guys are seeing it in real time. I'm
Yep.
always the one that's like, I'm ready to go. I'm hyped. Like I have the energy, and he's like,
Yep. And when you see me, you see Amber.
and
And
when
when
you see me, you see Caitlin. Caitlin is like me. We're all over the place.
I
Like
tell
we're
you,
just like full of energy.
y'all two need to do a show together.
Yo, that joint be hilarious. Look,
Me and Amber doing a show is it's gonna be jokes. We probably just gonna end up joking on each other, but it's gonna be boring.
yours and Amber, your relationship with Amber is very interesting. I love to see it, but it's so interesting. Like you both are very much the same, and I'm just like, wow. You guys like the same things. You laugh at the same things. You guys,
Cause she knows what's funny. She knows
it's
she
very,
knows funny things.
and Caitlin and I would be like this.
Yeah, cause
What is happening?
y'all got some straight hateration going on.
I don't think it's hateration.
I
What I
think so.
honestly think is y'all just vibe with y'all interesting self. Caitlin, on the other hand, that girl's mouth.
Yep, that's you.
Yo, no, I'm not that way. It's you actually.
I don't have a
A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. But I keep telling Caitlin, I was like, if because she is, how can I describe her with the
she's very
words?
blunt.
She's blunt and her words can cut, right? Not in a hurtful way, but she knows how to roast in a really good, like she knows how to roast. So she'll sit at the dinner table, we're eating dinner, and this girl is just roasting her dad.
Yeah, me. Like I'm sitting there, I'm minding my business, eating my food, and she'll just start. I'm like, what is going on?
It is hilarious to see because she is just like whatever's coming to her mind, she's just
It's not
spewing it out
stop. It just keeps going. I'm like,
nonstop.
I ain't do nothing to you. I'm
And
just trying to eat dinner.
and what I keep telling Caitlin is, Caitlin, be very careful. I said, because your dad, when he talks, like with his word, like when Jamie's words can sting, right? Because it's quick, it's fast, and it'll just hit you like this, right? And I was like, be careful. You do not want your dad to respond the way that I know he is thinking or wanting to. Be very careful. And so she goes, I don't care. She was like, he can't do nothing. He can't say nothing. She was like, my skin is thick. My skin is thick. He can't say anything to me that I won't be okay with. And I was like, okay. But I know it's coming because this one, he don't know how to hold his tongue either.
I know how to hold my tongue. I have lots of restraint.
Jamie does
I
not
just
know how to
I just
hold.
be sitting there, I just be like, all right, Caitlin, you got it. I receive it.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I would definitely be going back and forth with her, but she doesn't. She'll roast me, like she'll say stuff to me, and I'd be like, "Get out my face." Say that to my face. Like, let's go ahead. Like I'm about to fight her, right? But Jamie will just be like,
I'm like, all right.
just like this. That's all he does. But I couldn't do it. What he does, I couldn't do it because I would definitely be right here catching her because that little girl,
Yeah, her mouth is something else.
she be getting Jamie real good.
It's all good though.
Yeah. So maybe one day we'll bring the girls on and we'll have a family show.
Yeah, you'll see their personalities.
Hopefully they'll come out. Like they won't like hold it in, but they'll be okay in front of the
Caitlin will. Amber's gonna do funny, silly stuff, but Caitlin will talk. I think you and Caitlin will do a great show.
I think so too. We'll see.
But yeah, I am tired.
And I am not.
You
I'm
just
just kidding. No, 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 no. Just
you
kidding.
you are
That
you can stay on.
I'm not tired. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. But it's all good. I'm going. We're going to go, and we're going to. It's 9:42. Ooh, it's the Sabbath, y'all.
Mhm.
Get to chill. So I hope you guys enjoy your Sabbath day. Um, we coming through with that Bible study. Ooh, okay, okay. I'll save it for next week.
Mm.
I'll save Ty Trivet for next week.
Oh yeah, we went to the Ty Trivet concert. Yeah, we'll talk about it next week. It was lit. It was good. I like the new album. How many of y'all like the live album is better than the one that the newest one that he dropped. The no,
Wait, what?
he dropped one and then he just dropped the live version of the last one he
Oh,
dropped.
for real?
Yeah, all things new. There's like the regular album and this one is now the live one.
For real? I thought he
Yes.
dropped the live All Things New.
He dropped All Things New, the album, the studio one, and then he dropped All Things New, the live album.
Oh, wow.
Yes, two
Did you
albums.
listen to the regular one?
Yeah, we've been listening to the regular one for a minute. It doesn't have
I do
only
not
one
remember
night. It
that.
doesn't have only one night though, and some of the old songs on it. Only one night though is on the new one.
Is on the live.
Is on the live. Yeah, not on the All Things New album.
I did not know that. I thought the All Things New live was the new album. I didn't know that there were two versions.
Yeah. Yes, Adrian. Ty Tribbett is still out there and
Yo,
he came back. Yeah, I'm gonna give him his props.
this All Things New live.
He released a pretty dope album.
Yo,
We started listening. He's not a fan of JJ Harrison.
I'm sorry.
I just
Is
started
the
listening to
is the yeah.
Only you deserve it. He has like a weird voice.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of JJ Harrison. I prefer to do
Hairston,
what's his name?
Hairston,
What did I say?
Harrison.
Oh, my bad. I'm not a fan of his. I think it's just a oh, your wife is.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what's up. Yeah, I'm not a yeah. Yeah. Uh-uh. And I think he only usually has like maybe by one or two songs that are like hitting and then the rest are like what's happening? So I'm not a big fan. I'm not a big fan of that guy. What's his name? He talks.
James Fortune.
Oh God. I'm like, why are you talking? Like, let the people sing. Why are you talking? But anyway, that's like one of my
They
things.
from the Puffy era, the Puffy era.
Um, but that All Things New Ty Tribbett live album, like from beginning to end, is wonderful. Like it's been a while since I've
Yeah.
listened to
And if
like
he's in town and you get tickets to the concert, it's worship.
yo,
He takes you through everything. He'll get you hype. You'll have you lifting your
praise and
hands.
listen.
Yeah, he's back.
Yo,
He came through.
it's
I give
like
him his out.
worship overload. You remember when he did
Yeah. I don't think we
the
sat.
Israel?
Mm-hmm.
You sat.
Yeah, I
I
sat.
didn't sit. I did not sit down not once
Yeah.
because I was just. I think my man, guys. Oof.
All right. We'll recap next week.
Yeah. I just hope that if he is in your city, if he's in your state,
Yeah.
and you like him, right? You have to like him, and you have to have listened to him. Like you had to have been rocking with him since what
Yeah,
days?
because he does the old stuff.
What's his first album?
Uh
Sh-
no way. I don't know what
no,
it's
what
called.
was not show up?
Greater Title and Greater Anointing. I don't know what the album was called, but I know it had No Way I
Can
Can
make
Make It
it
Without
without you.
You.
No way I can make it. But listen, I was dancing. I had a hat on. My entire hat was wet. I was sweating. My hair, I had just, as a matter of fact, dang, I realized that I haven't like done my hair since then. But my entire, like, I was drenched. It was amazing. I closed all of my rings at that concert. Amazing. I would go again if he was in somewhere around here, but he's not. He's going more now. He's moving east, I think.
Mhm. Yeah, because he's gonna be in Philly.
But yeah, go watch him, because go be a part of that worship
Yeah,
experience.
and
That's
the
what's up.
album is good. The live version of the album is
Live
good.
in Orlando.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what's up. But anyway, Jamie's going. So this is Carlene.
this is Jamie.
Have a good night. Happy Sabbath.
All right, peace.
3, 2, 1.